We're going to be modding the Sega Genesis. This is day 3, our struggles. Just to update you on what we've done so far. So we got this jail bars problem, which is when you're playing the game and you see these vertical bars on the screen. Now they don't show up on the CRT, but they show up on the recording and on the stream, so I want to get rid of them. So to do that, we made a little mod to bypass the subcarrier signal, because one of the problems with this board layout is the subcarrier pin like goes past a bunch of stuff, picks up a lot of electrical interference, and that's where those jail bars come from. But before we could install that mod, we had to fix this thing. This is what remains of a CXA 2075M video encoder chip, which we took out. We took out the original, the CXA 1145, replaced it with this. Now, you can see this is a SMD component. The CXA 1145 is a through-hole dip package that is 0.4 inches wide with a standard 0.1 pitch. So we had to improvise. Now, unfortunately, improvisation did not go well. We ended up breaking some pins. At the time, this was my only CXA 1145. We had absolutely trashed the CXA 2075, and we had actually absolutely trashed the 1145, the original. So it couldn't be put back in. So we had to make this work. Hence, the glue and the solder right to the chip. Because a couple, when the legs broke off, we like glued the pins, the wires down, soldered them directly to the chip. I'm shocked this thing didn't die, but it worked. We used it for several streams. I mean, just look at this thing. It's so hideous, but it worked. But we can't change it any further. Any attempt to add more wires or anything would be disastrous. So we had to replace it. We took that one out. We tried putting a new one in, but it turned out the one that I had prepared, the little conversion board, was too thin. So it's 0.3 inches wide with a 0.1 pitch. So the pins are the right distance this way, but not this way. So we improvised again. I bent the pins, made some modifications to the board to try to make it work. But also, if I can get close enough, I actually had to bend the pins on the chip up under the chip to not end up, what's the word I'm looking for? To not end up shorting out along these on the sides. But in doing that, I ended up overheating the chip and frying it. So this chip is dead. So now what do we do? Well, we had another board prepared, this one. This is a SOP 24 to DIP 24, but this one's 0.6 wide. Way too wide. And this is all I have. I just have these little breakout boards. So I had to come up with a solution. And my solution was to completely engineer a brand new board. So I built this. Now I didn't do this on stream. I did this off stream because this was a lot of work. It was like probably 8 hours or so. And so we have a little project breadboard where I have put the proper width pins on it. I have created little traces using copper wire that I just wrapped through the the holes and then soldered across it to make connections across the way. And then added more pins on the top, obviously. That's what these are running to. And then we sit this board right on top of that. Now to make soldering mods on easier, you can see here on the end, these little project boards have these pads on the outside. And so I ran wires to each of these pads for each of the outputs of the chip that we need to intercept for our different mods. So we got ground, red, green, blue, composite video, Luma, Chroma, and this last one is our subcarrier pin for our subcarrier bypass mod. So hopefully, 8 hours, it does look healthier. Yes, it does look healthier. So our subcarrier pin board, we actually did work on live on stream. So we got this guy here, which I'm pretty happy with, another project board. We ended up using surface mount components. It's a pretty simple board. I didn't design this or anything. I got this online. The plans are on RetroRGB. It's like .com or .net. I think it's .net. And they credit the original author who came up with this little board. But it's a 10K resistor, 1K resistor, 100 picofarad capacitor, all grounded, except for the 10K. The 10K is in line. The 1K is grounded. The 100 picofarad is grounded. And then there's a 0.01 nanofarad capacitor that's in line to the signal. So the signal line. And then we just have ground going to one of the grounds on the motherboard. And we know that works. This actually works really well. So where does that leave us today? What are we working on? Well, I'm glad you asked, chat. First thing we need to do, we need to figure out what to do with this mess. This thing is in my way. It doesn't sit right. It was originally seated here. This is, for those who don't know, this is a mod we did a long time ago. This adds S-video output to the Sega Genesis. And so we added these ports, this S-video out and these two RCA stereo outs. First thing I want to do, I want to reposition this somewhere. I'm thinking on top of the CPU. I think that's the CPU. Motorola MC6800. I think, yeah, 6800. I think that's the CPU. So I'm thinking we move it over here. But to do that, we need to elongate some of these wires so it'll fit over here. And probably want to redo this. I don't even know what's going on here, this tape. So I'll probably make this wire longer. And then this will probably all fit over here. And then this side, I'm probably just going to run completely new cables for this part here. So I've got our 28 gauge wire here. So we're going to disconnect this short wire here. I'm going to figure out what's going on with this. We're going to disconnect all of these. And then we'll probably mount the chip here, which I found my double-sided tape. The foamy kind. It's like got kind of foam. So we can put fresh tape here to hold it down nice and solid. Which actually the tape we used on this one's really held it on. So we're gonna leave that alone. We're not gonna pull it up because it's really a fragile connection here. Because this subcarrier pin, we had to desolder pin from the board to pick it up to then solder to this board. So it's this really delicate little thing here. So we're not touching it, we're not moving it. It's there, it's forever there. In fact, I might even hot glue it in place. I don't know, that might be a little overkill. I just don't want this thing to move and break something. We might squirt some hot glue in there. I don't know. Touch all the things. Yeah, touch. Touch the insides. All the gooey insides. Ah, I got goop on my hands. Ah! I feel like that was a trap, slime. Yeah, you goofed me good. Yeah, we have fresh thermal paste on these. Shoot, what do they call these things? What are they? These big MOSFETs. These power thingies. The thingamadoos. The power thingamadoos. Come on, chat, help me out. But yeah, welcome in, Slime. How you doing? Hope you're doing well. So that's all. So we're gonna do that, and I think I want to do that first because I just want to get this out of here and out of our way. I'm also trying to think of a better way to do this connection under the bottom here. When I flip the board over, there's these two wires going from here to here, and I hate it. They're in my way all the time. I might just route them over the top because there's plenty of slack. So I might just loop them over the front instead. Actually, I need to look at the shielding. Yeah. Let's see. Okay, so if we put this in here next to this, let's see. Yeah, that'll fit next to the CPU just fine. Or on top of the CPU. Yeah, and we can get the audio cables going up under here. Should work out fine. The rocket science. I can't help. The rocket scientist? I'm not a Are you a rocket scientist? I'm not a rocket scientist. I'm an archaeologist, man. I don't know any of this stuff. I'm not a science boy. I'm an archaeology boy. I leave the math to the Time Wizard nerds. Okay, so all these cables got to go. These cables are, we could probably reuse most of these except for this yellow one. Let's just start desoldering stuff. I know this big long intro. You live in a museum? I don't live in a museum. Unless you say the world is a museum. Then I live in the world. But it belongs in a museum. It is. The world is a museum. Now I'm in the field. Well, I will be in the field once I'm out of my training program and schooling and everything. A hint of things to come. No spoilers though. I don't know why these are the spoiler hands, but they are. Actually, speaking of museums, I recently went to the what's the name of that museum in New York where they filmed the Night in the Museum movie? Oh, what is it called? Now I gotta look it up. It was such a cool museum. It's like dedicated to Theodore Roosevelt. I went there when I was in New York City, and it was really, really cool. Like, really super cool. Let me see. It's right next to Central Park. The American Museum of Natural History. That's what it's called. That's a super cool museum. Y'all should check it out. I think that's where they did Night at the Museum, right? I think. Someone fact check me on that. All right. Soldering iron's nice and hot. Let's just start desoldering stuff. Come on. There we go. I wanted to be a little difficult. It is a really cool museum. It's got this amazing room. Like when you first come in, there's like this big open area where they have some dinosaur fossils. And then they don't let you walk through it though now. It's like security makes you like go around the side. And then like I never figured out actually how to get in it. Like you could go in that part of the museum. I never figured it out though. a guy yelled at me when I tried to go in there. So, but anyways, so when you get through that area, like, so there's like this big room when you walk in, and then you go around, and there's a door back here behind it, and you go through there, and then it opens up to this big atrium that has all these animals, like these dioramas with, you know, examples of all the animals, like, you know, taxidermied, but in these really cool dioramas that look, you know, what their natural habitat would look like. And there's like, they're kind of like almost like an aquarium style, and there's like marble like around all the little dioramas. It's so cool. But the main area in the center is like full of these gigantic elephants. And you can like sit under the elephants and like around them. Like you can't get, like, they're on a raised platform, but you can sit like next to the platform and stuff. It takes up this huge area. It's probably like 40 feet long where these elephants are. And it's also a 2-story room, so you can look up, and there's like a walkway with, there's more like animal exhibits up there. And there's like that's just one example of one of the rooms. There's like a ton of rooms that are exactly like that. It's a really cool museum. I've never been in a museum with that kind of layout before. It was really neat. I really enjoyed it. I need to go back and spend more time. I always end up at museums near closing time for some reason, so I only end up spending like an hour or two in there, in a museum. But I love museums. I love museums. Probably explains my my field of study. All right, let's see what this war crime is that I committed with this tape. Look at all this. Why did I do this? Why is there all this tape on this? Jeez Louise. Oh, they have these this fossil. I think it's like the largest complete, or one of the largest complete fossil like ever found. I think it was found in like some farmer's land out in Arizona. I think it was Arizona or something. Oh, and it stretches like through one room, and like its tail's sticking out into one hallway and its head sticking out into the other hallway. Like, it's huge. Oh, I see. I was trying to hide my crimes. Why did I not just use shrink? Like, did I not have shrink? Like, cable shrink? Oh well. I do now. I also forgot to get it out before we started. Here we go. So, keep that handy. So we'll fix this. We'll add another one onto the end here to extend it out so that it, well, does it reach? Actually, it already reaches, so we don't need to even worry about that. Now we just need to get these off. And those are all too short, so we're just gonna take all of them off. We'll work on putting this back together, like putting this mod on again once we've got the other stuff taken care of, because we've got to get this we gotta get this chip out. That's gonna be a nightmare getting this chip off. By the way, I was watching that when we raided out the other day, that gentleman's stream we went to watch. I ended up hanging around for a bit. Did he ever beat that game he was playing? Adventure Island, I think it was called. Did he ever beat it? Did anyone stick around? I just remember him saying he had to pee really bad, and he was going to channel that energy into helping him beat the game. And I was just like, I wanted to tell him, like, you know, that the only thing you're going to be channeling is a urinary tract infection. Oh God, I need to get my. You know, let's do it now before I forget. Come here. Come here. All right, let's just give you a nice place, like a permanent place up here on the bench. Well, at least permanent as the rest of the stream goes, kind of permanent. Oh no, now you're in the way of chat. Where can I put this guy? Ah! My poor... It's like I'm choosing between convenience of being able to see what I'm doing or my lungs. There we go. Hey, that works out. It's kind of in the way of the microscope, but we'll move it if we need to get to the microscope. I think my lungs are more important. He did? Ah, I'm so happy to hear that he beat it. Oh, it was Adventure Island. I was right. Cool. I remembered. Well, that's super cool. I'm glad they ended up beating it. They seemed like they were very distraught that they at the thought of having to play it again. All right, so this thing is surprisingly still working. I'm gonna keep it in my bin in case we need a spare ever one day. But I think we're good on CXA 2075s. I have a lot of them. I ended up buying a roll of them on eBay a while ago for cheap, super cheap. I think these are using like Commodore computers, like a very popular Commodore computer that people like to build and maintain and work on. So I think they're just out in the world. So I will be in Sega Genesis encoders for a long time to come. All right, let's see. Now let's get this board out. All right, so yeah, this here. Is there any reason I don't just do this? Oh wait, no, under. I mean, it's kind of messy, but it works. Yeah. Oh, wait. Oh, wait, we got under something. Oh, the white one's like... Oh, I think I see. Oh, so I need to get... Okay, so I need to make sure that these wires stay up and over, and all these wires we solder make their way back over here under this, so that this thing can still do, go up and over everything else, and then we can kind of tuck it in here when we're done. That'll work, I think. All right, we got all this spare wire. I can throw in my loose wire collection. Are there any more loose wires? There we go, there's one. No, we had just the 3? Really? There was... Oh, no, 4. And then 5 for this guy is still connected. All right. Wow. Do you watch Ahoy's videos? Doesn't sound familiar to me. Did he release a video recently that's just 2000s is the thumbnail? Yeah, okay, yes, he does some good videos. I think I linked in Discord one of their videos about... Didn't they do a video about Doom recently? Or Quake? No, it was Quake, I think. Did like a really cool video about Quake. I think I put it in the Discord. Covers a lot of retro topics about video game history. Yeah. I'm pretty sure I watched his stuff. I have that... I actually have that... Hold on. I actually think I have their video in my watch later. Yeah, just not to dox myself. Oh, come on, my phone's being You can see some of the videos I might watch later. Jay can see his videos right there in the middle. But yeah, you also check that's a great recommendation, Slime. I definitely I second that recommendation. People should definitely go watch them. They make really good content. All right, our next challenge is gonna be getting this chip off. And time for the fart gun, as Sparky likes to call it. So I'm gonna set this guy off to the side, and we're gonna start working on getting this guy off. All that work we put into getting it on, now we gotta put it into getting it off. Now, this board has been through heck and back. Probably met Doom Guy a couple of times along the way. So I have a solution. Instead of we soldering another chip on and then maybe having to change the chip later, I'm going to put on these little headers. And that way we can just slot in the chip. And if we ever need to change it or mod it or do anything else, we can just pop it right out. No muss, no fuss. We don't have to bother this poor board. We don't have to mess with this poor board again. Oh, LGR is also great. So, y'all want to know LGR is kind of responsible for this, my existence? I really got a hankering to experience like a Windows 95 computer. And I had found a bunch of old CPUs in a drawer. At an old abandoned office building. And I started watching LGR videos. He tampered with the timeline. No, LGR is part of the timeline. The sacred timeline. Yeah, Clint is definitely part of the timeline. That's for sure. Anyway, so I got a hankering to do that, and I emailed Clint. And this was back when he wasn't that big. And so he I sent, I was like, hey, I noticed in your videos and like all the other videos of retro people on YouTube, none of them have any Windows 95 videos. Why is that? Why does everyone just use Windows 98, Service Pack 2? And he's like, he actually emailed me back like the next day. He was like, oh yeah, it's because Windows 95 kind of garbo and hard to work with. 98's just super easy. I don't think he said 95 was garbo. I think he said 98 was just easier to work with. And that if I was just getting into things, I should start with Windows 98. Yes, he inspired me. I'd like to meet him one day and tell him that story. And I doubt he remembers that email. But he, actually, since then, he has made Windows 95 videos. So this would have been an email I sent him prior to him making any videos about Windows 95. Yeah, my Windows 95 is bizarre, but I kind of like it. I've been thinking about building a because we've talked about math coprocessors and stuff on here. I'm kind of enamored by the idea of a math coprocessor, so I want to build a 386 or 286 with a math coprocessor, and then install Windows 3.1 on it. I think that'd be really fun. Oh. Helps to turn the Hako on. It's like, why isn't it hot? Oh, my heart jumped for a second there. I thought it had like burned out or something. True story. Remember that night when I was super sad and frustrated because I couldn't get this mod working? And I was like dead tired. I haven't even posted that VOD yet because I was so tired and discouraged. I left the Hako running all night. I found it the next morning and it was still hot. I'm very happy it didn't fall down on the carpet, start a fire or anything. It was warm, actually. I think it might have a safety mechanism in it, so it wasn't like start a fire hot. but I mean, it was definitely still on and running. The tip didn't oxidize, which is cool, which is nice. I really expected the tip was going to burn out. He goes to tech cons, probably could meet them there. Yeah, I always feel bad walking up to people at conventions and talking to them. Especially like as a fan. Like, I don't know, it just feels gross. But I know, like, if someone came up to me and they like, oh my god, I love your stuff, like I watch your videos and things. Well, one, I would be like, how do you know who I am? I don't ever show my face, but but if I did, people knew who I was, I would be totally cool with it. So like, I don't know, maybe I'm just paranoid for no reason. You know what also helps? Plugging it in. Oh my god. What is wrong with me? Oy, okay. Now it's on and plugged in. I think he gets people who hand him stuff in person. Unsure. Pygmy Gator Gaming said he got a big kick out of me coming up to him and asking, "Are you pig? Oh wait, no, Pygnigator? Pygnigator? Pygnigator. I think it's Pygnigator. I've never heard of that person. I think he gets people who hand him stuff in person. Yeah, I am having one of those days. Okay, it's on. Don't worry, I'm not trying. It's not clogged at the end, so. All right, let's see if. Oh, there we go. All right. I'm gonna try heating the pin because I know these pins take forever to get hot. So I'm gonna try to keep the Hako off the board and just touch the pin until I'm ready to start the first. But I gotta give it a lot of, like, a little time. Because these, like, pins, like, just take forever to heat up. Which is another reason I don't want to solder them back to the board again. Pygmy Gator, Pony, as I recall, VTuber. I heard that he was going to last Bastion, which I attended as well. Oh, cool. As in, con people approach LGR with stuff he might like or review on the channel. It's also helpful that he is familiar with me from his chat. Ah! You know what I would like to do? This year sometime, I want to start that interview talk show. It's been almost a year since I came up with the idea, and he talked to a couple of people to be guests on the show. They probably thought I just flaked, which, fair. I kind of did flake a little bit. I'd like to have Clint on. That and Retrobird. I think Retrobird will also be really... If y'all don't watch Retrobird, you should. Retrobird is really fun. With his obsession with bananas. And I really need I need to get a clip of him, like an audio clip, for when we do the silly. Because he's got this, like, reoccurring joke on his channel where it's just him saying, "You don't deserve to Donkey Kong. You don't deserve to Donkey Kong." I think I want that. Like, whenever I do the silly, like, do a silly and someone gives me a silly point, I want that audio clip to play. I might write him and see, like, email him and see, like, hey, can I use this on my streams and maybe YouTube videos? Like,
For the VODs.
but yeah, I think having Retro Bird on would be really fun. He's the Retro Bird and he hopes you like what he had to say. I also like his Get on My Lawn cap. I do enjoy anyone in the retro space who's who wants to bring in like young people and kind of pass the hot on to the next generation, because that's how you end up with people like me in the future, 200 years later, who are still like really into retro games. We're sticking to our lore today. Sometimes I really stick to the lore, sometimes I just kind of wing it. I'm sorry I'm so inconsistent, chat. Alright. Let's tin our tip for our Hako. Turn off the Hako. Put down the Hako. Get the cable off the side of the table so it doesn't get yanked into my lap. Because that would be really unfortunate. You want to live stream me going to the hospital? Okay, let's see if that got our chip off. Hopefully we just one-shotted it. Nope. Nope, nope, that's still on there. Oh, man. All right. Let's get... Whew, the Hako's hot. Let's get the microscope out. Take a look at those solder joints and see which ones are in need of some attention. Asking, that is, finally got that messy... Wait, hold on. Wait, what? It's all part of the cover story, so plausible deniability? Yeah. I've been wanting to do a Let's Play Your Favorite Game series, inviting people on for just that. Yeah, that's a great idea, Slime. Oh, man. That is a really good idea. Good luck with that. I hope it works out. All right, let's see. Oh, this poor board. Oh, wait. Why am I... There we go. All right. Well, of course, the ground plane's a problem. All right, so let's turn the Hako back on. But I'd be more of a video game analysis of the game than just Let's Plays. We're on overview. Oh! Thank you, Wireball. One of those days. I'm so sorry. Oh, microscope cam. What are you doing? Come on. Oh. Chat, what are y'all gonna do with me? Now microscope camera. Hey, now we have microscope vision. All right, let's look at this together. So this one looks like it needs attention. This one needs attention. That one needs it. That one. Actually, you know what we should do? We should do the wiggle test. I mean, That one's clearly... That one needs attention. 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 That one's good. I missed one completely. Wait, actually, no, I think that's nothing. That one's good. Are all of them just still stuck? Am I not pressing hard enough? No, they're just all still stuck. Okay. Let's just go over it one more time with a Hako. It's off to the side for now. Ah! Does this thing disconnect? Hold on. I'm getting tired of this power thing getting in our way all the time. Where'd I just put those tweezers? No, that doesn't come out. I think that's if it does come out, it's quite stuck. And I don't want to force it because I've already got enough to fix right now. Don't need more stuff to fix. All right, let's flux this up. We'll have to clean all this up later, but you know what? It's fine. All right, let's. I just stuck my hand right on that. All right. Oh, another really good YouTuber to follow for retro stuff is Phil's Computer Lab. I actually bought a lot of retro hardware based on his recommendations, like modern stuff, modern like recreations. And like you know, like converters that go from like old hard drive standards to like newer ones that are easier to buy and more reliable. Okay, Hako off. All right, return of the microscope. All right, I'm gonna put this back on here. Let's turn it to the side. And go to microscope. Nice value add. Phil's Computer Lab. PHIL''S. Phil's Computer Lab. Phil's Computer Lab, thank you. Oh, like IDE to SATA adapters? Exactly. I didn't know they even existed before I saw Phil's content. Well, that one feels good. It's not good. Okay, let's hit. If we see one that's not good, we will hit it with a Hako right here and now. Just waiting for the Hako to heat back up because it cooled down a little. Go. That one's stuck. Uh-oh. Oh, man, you see that? It pulled the via up a little bit. Yeah, this is why we're switching to new little. This is why we're switching to something new. That one's definitely frozen in place. Well, that didn't look like it helped much. Yeah, now that one's it's still very stuck. Might be a little better. Test it. Well, that's just a mess. Oh, I think the via's just hosed for that one. Like, I think that the via's like coming off and sliding in toward the pin. All right. I'm going to test to see if things are loose. Things are not loose. How do we solve this problem? Oh, just utterly wrecking this board. Why is that resistor all badly? There we go. Just do a little impromptu reflow there. All right, where's our holes? Where's our chip? Here it is. All right, I wonder if this is our culprit. Wow, it's already almost time for our first break. If you ever get really stuck, assuming the board is only 2 layers, front and back, I've heard that through-hole conductor rivets are a thing if the via's gone. Oh, that's interesting. Although I suppose one could just run a piece of wire through. That's also true. Let's see. Phil's computer lab. Oh, yes. Peeled slightly for... Yeah. That via. All right. What to do? All right, let's make sure every one of these pins is freely moving. And I can, like, bend it to the other side. Oh, my God. Push a little too hard there. I'm so bad with this board. I think that's still on there. 20 seconds. All right, y'all, we're going to take a few-minute break. 2 or 3 minutes. I'm going to keep fiddling with this. Fiddling with this. Seeing if I can make any headway while you guys are on the break. If you're subbed and want to hang out while I do that, feel free. I won't be talking or anything. I'll just be being angry at this board. I think that looks disconnected. That's not disconnected at all. Let's see if I can get the soldering iron to help us out with this a bit. I also might try heating up this one and yanking the cable through. The wire through. Where's that wire? Yeah, let me try that now, actually. Oh, I got that out. Yeah. Came out. I think. At least most of it.
Oh, that's just a mess. You can see the atoms on the board. It's pretty good microscope. I like this microscope. Alright, let's try some solder wig. Welcome back, chat. We're still struggling. Oh, do we struggle? Oh, do we struggle? Or Vias are just having a day. With the microscope, it's nice I can actually kind of see what's going on here with the wick. Now my tip is too dry to transfer heat. Let me tin it back up. Who knew the majority of this stream was going to be just me zoomed in real close with a microscope trying to get all this solder off of these pins. I mean, I had a good feeling it was going to be like that. I like how you can see all the different like strands of the braided cable for the wick. I like this microscope a lot. I think I say that every single time we use it, but it's true. It's a really nice microscope. I'm glad I got it. Alright, well. We're working through it. Slowly. I mean, this ground plane is just sucking up that heat. Like, look how long it's taken to, like, heat this joint up. I hope that's enough to get that one off. Alright, let's look at this bottom row. Before I go too crazy, let's give it the old push with the tweezers test first. So what'd everybody get up to today? Can we do anything fun and exciting? It's Saturday, after all. That one's definitely still stuck. Oh, that one looked like it was going to be stuck, but it wasn't. Okay, all of those are actually pretty good except for this guy. Let's see if we can work on that guy. You misspelled ad? How did you misspell ad? Oh, AS. I didn't even notice. I would not even notice if you had pointed it out, Wireball. That actually kind of came off clean. Nice, that feels much better now. Alright, we might be able to pull the chip off. I'm gonna try. No, there's still something stuck. Dang it, what could it be? Which one of you is the culprit? You don't move a lot. Oh, you're free. You're free. What if some of these pins are just like too far into the socket and they're just like stuck? Like mechanically, not through like not because of solder, but just they're just too tight. Like they're like friction fit into the slot. that one's still soldered down. I'm going to try to avoid soldering these kind of pins to a board ever again. It's been really a big hassle every time we've had to do this. Slept until noon today. I have 12 hours sleep deficit for the past 7 days alone, let alone the month. Called a user back and left a voicemail. Currently looking on Craigslist again for workshop garage. Good luck. Oh, that Via is cooked. All right, maybe that's good. If you look for a garage that allows auto repair, you find the garage with the word no auto repair in the thing. Wait, what? If you look for a garage that allows auto repair, you find all the garages with the, oh, yeah. You always seem to find the opposite of what you're looking for, basically. All right, chat, we're getting a little desperate here. I don't want you to see what I'm doing, so I'm going to leave it on microscope here. Look at these nice little tweezers. Are they nice tweezers? Look over here, not at what I'm doing. Definitely don't look at what I'm doing. Nor that crunching sound. Hey, the chip came off. Look at that. Yay. Oh no. Oh yeah, look at that. That just, oh, that's not good. Oh yeah, it was like all the way down in there. Ah, I should have never put this chip on. When I noticed the size was bad, I should have just left it alone. Oh, that's just, that, ugh. This poor Sega Genesis. This poor Sega Genesis board. Alright, so this might be a trace repair video too, everybody. I just didn't see another way of getting these out. It was just absolutely just done. Alright, well we just... None of the traces on the surface are there anymore. Wow. The one trace that was on the surface that we needed is gone. Oh, it's almost not gone. That one's gone. That one's gone. Well, that might be salvageable. Like the underside's not, so we're probably, yeah, let's just, it's probably not connected through, so we need to drop some wire through here and make sure it gets soldered on. All right, lucky I've got wire, so not a big deal. Trillion! Oh, my current apartment has street parking only, and I'd like to secure a secure indoor climate-controlled area to do minor to moderate repairs on my car. That's very reasonable. Pay no heed to the off-screen crunching sounds. Please don't. I didn't think they allowed streaming murder. Hey, Brilliant. Yeah, I murdered this poor board. I mean, this board was already in bad shape, but we used... Here was our mistake. We used pins that were too big for the holes, so when they went through, they were basically constantly contacting the inside of the via, and so there was no way we were going to cleanly get that, get those off. Also, I think we have some debris we need to, get off the board. So yeah, we're gonna have to do some repair. So let's I mean, you can see where we've already had to do some repairs. All right, we're just gonna fix every single one of these holes. Yeah, you're a mess. All right, first thing we got to do. Hey, that one looks pretty good. First thing we got to do is we got to identify which ones actually we need to fix. Which actually, there aren't a lot that connect on the surface, which is good. That's already got a the end of this going through, so that's fine. So we're gonna clean this up with some isopropyl alcohol. Yeah, please don't report me to Twitch for violating the TOS. Oh, that was so bad. That sound that made, because it probably didn't pick up on the mic, but the sound it made, like, this is gonna haunt my nightmares for several nights to come. So yeah, actually, here, while we let that dry, I'm gonna pull that chip back on camera, and we're gonna do a what do they call it? An autopsy. So if you look at these ripped out vias, can you see what the problem is, chat? See how the pin is almost the exact same diameter as the pin, or as the via itself? That's our problem. So these pins, too big, I should not have used them. They were not coming out cleanly. This was doomed. I doomed this board when I put these in. So notice, these are the pins we're going to put through now. They're about as wide, but look. See how much thinner they are? So those will go in, be secure, but, not be literally the same, these things are touching the inside of these vias in at least 3 or 4 places, each of these pins. This is a terrible thing that I've done. But you know what? We learn from our mistakes and we do better next time. Right, chat? All right. So here's what we're gonna do. We're gonna get our tweezers, the sharp ones, the pointy ones. We're gonna do some repairs. All right, so I don't want this hanging around because if this comes loose, it's just gonna break something, short something out. So let's get this bit off. Get my tweezers. It's like I'm going to straighten out my tweezers a little bit so that I can actually grip stuff. All right, that's not perfect, but it's better. You know what would be a good sponsor? Some company that makes really good tweezers. There we go. There's like internal damage to this via. What a mess I've created. All right, those don't do anything on this side, so I don't care about them as much. All right, and also doesn't connect to this side. This one here, oh yeah. All right. I like all the ones that had no connections on just ripped right up, like it wasn't even a challenge. Like they just like boop, gone. All right, next step. We're going to expose a little copper. Actually, that one's got plenty of copper exposed. This one's good. Good. That looks good. Looks good. So we don't care about. Okay. So we need to get some copper wire through there. Let's get our copper wire. Our hobby knife off to the side. I don't think we're going to need it anymore. Unless we want to... I don't know what we want to cut up, but... Thank you for taking care of that one, Wireball. Alright, let's get our copper wire out. I'm using, by the way, in case you're wondering, I'm using 30 gauge dead soft. Like it's called dead soft copper. So I don't know what dead soft means in regards to copper. I assume we want that. All right, Alright, so we're going to take a small bit of this copper wire. So I took a tiny piece of this copper wire. I made a little L out of it. We're going to drop it through. Or it's going to stick to the tweezers. Come on. Go in, you silly goose. All right, now what we'll do, gonna drop a little solder on that. All right, I think we need some additional, like, exposed area for this. Give me a second. Thought we'd have enough to solder to, but very clearly not enough. Just gonna scratch this trace with our tweezers. Just enough to expose the copper. Okay, should be enough. All right, there we go. Hey, the Hako's still on. Hello, Hako. Turn the Hako off. All right. Let's get our piece of copper back. I'm guessing that it means that it hasn't been flexed or work hardened since. Oh yeah, actually, that's probably a good guess. Yeah, lost the copper, it binged off. Had to get it back. Had to find it. Make it bend to my will. Well, that made me sound like a supervillain. Sorry. I mean, I literally am bending it to my will. Alright. Oh no, I pushed too hard. All right, there we go. This guy out of the way. Off. There we go. 20 little bits of copper sticking up and getting in the way. All right, that one's good. That trace looks fine. This trace, I don't trust it because I can see some cracking around the edge there. Let's go ahead and repair it just because it'll be an easier one to work on. Could use the hobby knife, but I don't know, I'd be afraid that I'd actually cut the trace by accident. There we go. Let's get that, some solder. Really should use more flux. The copper doesn't want to take the solder. All right, get our piece of copper, bend it into a shape we want to use, this little L. And we put it in our trace. Want to repair. Of course. It just dropped all the way through. Oh no, I dropped it. Oh no. Oh no, I might have dropped it into the slot. Oh, God. What have I done? Was that it in there? No, that's not it. Okay. Some lint. What's that? The hair? Oh, that's gross. Get it? Ew. Oh, so much lint. Oh, gross. Ugh. Where did all this lint come from? How does this get in here? It's like a piece of clothing or something. Like, I wonder if someone had tried to clean this with some kind of cloth. This is the results. This is why you clean things with lint-free lint-free stuff. Ugh. What a nightmare. So much gunk. So much gunk and goo. Alright, I don't see a little tiny piece of copper. Second to inmost left pin seems to have a little piece of wire. It's left over from Easter. Oh, maybe. It looks like just more lint. I think we're in the clear. I think wherever that piece of wire went, it went probably binged off, like bounced off the desk and hit the floor. Okay. Jeez Louise. You know, I was kind of trying to come up with a backup plan because it's like, oh, we're just gonna pop this mod in and it's gonna work. And then, what are we gonna do for the rest of the stream? Oh, maybe we play Sonic 2 or Sonic and Knuckles or something. Oh no, no. Of course, the stream is just gonna take a long time. All right, so we're gonna take a new approach to this. Well, I'm so mad at this like power cord. It's like getting in my way all the time. I'm like a few seconds away from just desoldering this whole module from the motherboard just to get it out of my way. But I won't because our luck with desoldering has been very bad. Oh, that's our piece of wire that came through. That's actually good. I want to see that. That means I'm on the wrong side of the board, though. Oopsie doodle. I think I see why I'm having so much trouble. Most of the rental garage shop space prohibit motor vehicle repair because it requires special zoning. This might be harder than I thought. You know, it might... Is it commercial auto repair? Like, as in doing auto repair for money? Versus personal use? Because I know there's a lot of weird laws like that kind of stuff. Like a lot of places when it comes to like food production, there's like, oh yeah, you can't produce alcohol except in quantities under a barrel or something, you know? All right, now we're not going to lose it. That's a good question, rezoning. In my case, it would be personal use. Yeah, if it's personal use, you might want to call the county office or, you know, your city office and ask, like, hey, I keep seeing this, like, not for no auto repair allowed. Is this like a city ordinance? I'm not doing this for work. This is just, you know, I want to be able to work on my own personal car. Like, does the zoning matter in that case? All right, this is not playing nice. Good point. Thank you for bringing it up. You're welcome. All right. I figured out what we're going to need the hobby knife for. Makes that way easier. All right. What trace is next? Oh yeah, this one. All right, let's try using the hobby knife to scratch this away. Just be very gentle. 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 For everything I've done tonight, I need to be more gentle. All right, let's get to repairing. All right, first thing, take our wire. Put a little, oh wait, nope. Step one, we flux this up. Oh, my soldering iron cooled down. Oh, I'll wait for it to heat back up. Man, where is Galley Sprout when I need him? I'm just at the shrimpiest shrimp right now. Oh, I shouldn't do that over the board. By the way, don't tin your tip over the board. That's a very bad habit I have. And I keep like finding little tiny speckles of solder on my projects. I really need to stop doing that. All right, I think we need to expose a little bit more of this trace. we're gonna need this. We're gonna need this to really grip this wire. Man, Sega must have used some crappy copper. Really does not want to, like, take the solder. Sega actually secretly uses, like, the cheapest copper they could find on the market. Alright, let's see here. We gotta get this in here. Go up. And kind of over. So let me try to manipulate this wire some. That looks good. Just hit this with some flux. All the help we can get. And here we go. Oh, it's on. Nice. It's actually a really good connection. That worked out. Yeah, see how it's bending? Come on. There we go. All right, I'm happy with that one. Let's move on to this next one. Well, this one will treat us a bit better. Squeaky noise this scratching makes is awful. I hope the microphone's not picking this up. Squeak, squeak, squeak noises. Very unpleasant. All right, let's try this one. It is coming through a little bit. All right, I'll try to talk over it so it doesn't become a nuisance. we go. Let's get our copper. Oops, wrong one. Now, after we get our oh man, we got another break coming up already. Once we get our socket headers put in, we're gonna need to make sure that and we're not doing a long break. We're powering through. I'm gonna make sure that we go back and double check that these are still good after we applied heat on the backside to them to make sure they didn't come undone. That doesn't look like it has enough solder. Drop a little more on there. There we go. Wow, that's a good amount of solder. Maybe too much. All right, that's a good connection right there. Good job, me. Come on. Oh, while we're on the subject of YouTubers to follow, Steve Fix. He does a lot of repair videos that I really enjoy watching. He gets himself into these kind of situations like I do. I feel a lot of camaraderie. Hopefully the backside's not as ruined as front. I think I wasn't digging deep enough to expose the copper correctly. There we go. That looks nice and shiny. I think that's better. I think there was still a bit of residue from the solder mask on the surface, which is why they weren't tinning very well. Oh yeah, that's much better. There we go. I have lots of solder to use. Steve Fix, eh? Ad break in 2 minutes. Yeah. He does videos where he like gets like kind of garbage stuff off of eBay, or like cool old like handheld like old school like 1980s and 70s like Tiger Electronics style games and fixes them, and or he fixes like radios and like modern like stuff like Bluetooth Bose speakers. Just a good general fun channel to cover or to watch if you're into this kind of stuff that I do, like, or that I am, like the repair and stuff. There we go. This will be our last trace for the top of the board. We move on to the back side. I think that was just a one and done. That went well. Very well. These are smaller tweezers to get the excess off. Oh yeah, that's good. That's a good connection. Come on. All right. Front of the board is done. All right, we'll be back in like 2 or 3 minutes. I'm actually gonna step away for a second just to unkink my back. Be sure to get yourselves a snack. And when we get back, we'll have more board to repair, and then we'll actually get to modding the console again. All right, talk to you in a bit, chat. See you soon. Oh, how the turntables indeed. Welcome back, chat. Hope you had a good break. I know it was short. I got myself, used the bathroom, got half a cookie in me. That should be enough calories to last me for, what, 2 days? I kid, of course. Let's look at the other side of this board now. Oh, I'm like hesitating. I don't want to look at what happened to the other side of the board. Well, while we were on break, I went ahead and cleaned with isopropyl alcohol the other side. So let's put this on here. What is happening here? What is that? Hold on. Oh, it's this guy. Oh. Well, this trace is having a problem. Well, that's not good. Okay. Let's add a little to this trace here, because I don't trust that. Do one more trace repair on this side, and then we'll get to the other side. Oh, this is just a nightmare. It's 10 o'clock and we've not even started on the mod. Oh no, don't do that. Oh. Well, that's annoying. Well, yeah, that's true. At least we found out now that this is just absolutely trashed. Instead of, like, you know, later. Oh, this is gonna be hard. That is... All right. I got an idea, chat. Might not be a good idea, but I have an idea. Oh, that's too tiny for this. I don't trust this tiny connection. I don't think it's gonna hold. Here's what we're gonna do though. We're gonna figure out what that goes to. Because it clearly goes the other side of the board. So maybe we can connect it on the other side. The way we're going to do that, I think is pretty clever. We are going to push this piece of copper through that test point. We're going to heat it up. Get it hot enough. I can't. I mean, it's in there. Hopefully it pushed through somewhat. All right, I'm going to push this through our broken trace. Or our broken, yeah. Then I'm going to flip this over. Some people reportedly use flat flanger eyelets for via repair. I'm guessing the flange is so that the center settles in the hole. I have no idea. I thought a flange was something that was like flared out at the top and so that you can connect stuff to it. All right, so is that the test I was trying to get through? I think it was. Let me pull on you guys and figure out which one is which. All right, you're the one. Okay. So there's no connecting you on this side. Yeah, there's no way I'm getting that to that. There's nothing to connect it to.
Okay.
Where do you go? Huh. All right. Idea. Wire to here. And wire to the hole. I think that'll work. Let's do it. Let's yes, I'm guessing that the flange would end up being part of the what you're looking at now, and then the non-flared part would fit in the hole. I'll have to look into this. Can you put this stuff in the suggestions channel? Wireball? Pretty please. Trying to find the one that isn't asking $350, $375. That's a lot. That's a lot. Oh no. There we go. Sorry, I was doing that left-handed, so it's kind of getting the better of me. All right, so what we do then is we would have this wire go to that. Just like that. So I need to cut this wire here. There we go. Now we should be able to solder that to this when we get around to doing that part of the repair. All right. Let's come back over here. We got to get this piece of copper wire out of here. I was so tempted just to grab it with my fingers, and I'm like, no, that's a bad idea. That copper's going to get hot real fast. Copper's going to get real hot real quick. Probably faster than the via. Also, look at this poor tip getting super oxidized. Let me deal with that. That's a little better. Stop abusing my poor tip. Don't take that out of context, chat. I'm just feeling Royce coming in. Oh, $325. Tiny bits of metal. Oh, wow. $37 per pack of 25, for example. Yeah, I think I'll just continue with this, doing it this way. I think that sounds like some professional level, like, oh, I need to repair a bunch of, things because, I do this for a living kind of thing, Alright, so these... We're going to bend those over, and what we'll do is after we come through, we'll clip those off if we have to. Or, well, we will have to, but we'll clip them first. We'll solder everything in place first, then we'll come back and clip the excess. You know what? This side took a little damage, but all things considered, it looks actually okay. Probably wouldn't be worth it unless you were repairing RTX 4090s. Yeah, pretty much. Okay. So, let's get to putting these headers on. It's going to be hard to do because I've got to hold them in place while soldering. Oh, this is going to be wonderful. All right, here we go. We'll do a couple, or at least I'll do like one, holding it like this, and then I can come back. Once they're kind of tacked in, I can come back through and get them nice. Seems to be holding okay. Let's focus. Yeah, see how much smaller these pins are compared to what I pulled out of this thing? Like, look how much smaller they look compared to the other ones. All right, next time I do something like this, we're gonna remember this. Hopefully. Oh, you know what we need? You know what we need, chat? My favorite thing. Plenty of flux. I'm just gonna lay a line of goo down the whole thing. Oh, time for our hood. Be really careful because I don't want to overheat that one. Oh yeah, you're the one we're gonna connect with that. Okay. I overdid that. That's way too much. There we go. That's better. Let's get this guy in place. All right. Nice. All right, let's get this. Let's cut this excess off, and we'll check the other side. Let's make sure we still have a good connection with our trace repairs. Ah. Scopper was still stuck to the tweezers. All right. Well, that trace exploded during the job. But you know what? This one will be much easier to fix. Because we can just do this. Take a piece of wire we were working with earlier. Solder. Gosh, to do a better job of keeping my tip tinned. Using this poor tip. That in there. Nice. Worked out beautifully. Come on, tweezers, grab it. Perfect. So almost missed my stand there for my soldering iron. All right, there we go. There we don't go. Oh, no, that's still connected. I thought that was it was just green reflection. Okay, so that's still good. That's that side done. Now we gotta do this side. Let's get our header inserted. Split in place. Drop a crap load of solder on top of it. Ah! My solder spool's not cooperating. Sorry, it's all shaky. I'm holding it in one hand. I need to get one of those, like, nice, like, hold your workstations. I've got one that's got a bunch of arms, but it's, like, not very good. It just, for this kind of stuff, it kind of gets in the way a lot of times. It ends up more in the way than... a line of slippery goo all down our little guy here. I'm here wire of spool, wire of solder. All right, let's get to soldering. There we go. Like, we're not heating all of a sudden. Come on. All right, I think we are as good as we're gonna get on this side. All right, let's flip it back over and check our connections to make sure they're still good. Also, I absolutely bent these over. Look at this, they're crooked. Ugh. Let me see if I can fix this. Okay, there we go. Evened it out. Just didn't want to not be able to slot in our chip and stuff. All right. They didn't overheat anything. All our trace repairs are still gonna be good. Nice, those look solid still. We're just gonna have to hope that one works. Let's test one with the multimeter, because that I'm a little worried about. This third one. Okay, good. That's making a connection. Whew. All right, I think we can move on to the next step. Let's get the microscope out of the way for now. And if you look, chat, our little socket to plug into. Hobby knife away. So now all we have to do, take our module here and line it up. It doesn't line up, chat. It doesn't line... What the... Why doesn't it line up? Why doesn't it line up? I miscounted. I miscounted when I made the module. I miscounted. Oh, I am so gutted. I thought I had compared them side by side. Oh, no. Oh, no. This one's right in between the two. I'm devastated. I don't know what to do. All right. I guess what we do is we take the module apart. I gotta take the module off, and then I gotta move these pins. Good golly, Miss Molly. We might have to take an extended break at I gotta stop like a little before 11, chat. I think we might take a long break, like couple like an hour or two, and I might come back and finish this. Oh yeah. Why am I like this, chat? I've messed up. I messed up bad. I mean, at least y'all get to see what the inside of the module looks like. But like, I think I'm gonna have to like redo this stuff. Oh, thank you for the follow, Yazkiri. Yazkir? Yazker. Yazkire? Oh, I'm sorry I got your name wrong. Thank you so much. Thank you for trying to cheer me up. I appreciate it. It's very kind. Oh, I was going to ask if you had a micrometer, but I guess that explains it. You have my sympathies. I do that more than I like. It's such a textbook error. Measuring, being... I mean, I was working on this at 3 in the morning. That's what I get for working at 3 in the morning, I guess, too. Oh, where's my tweezers? My tweezers have fled. My tweezers have given up on me. Found them. Right, we are going to wiggle test these. It's probably going to be the exact same problem. It's too thick. The vias aren't going to want to let go. There's too much contact, you know. want to build another one of these. It was really hard to put together. Micrometer. Micrometer. Why did I say micrometer? A micrometer. I don't think I need a micrometer. I need to pay attention to what I'm doing. Micrometer. I'm so bad at this. I think this thing's gonna come flying apart as soon as I try to take these pins out. I might just start cutting stuff out. Absolutely gutted. All right, that's not gonna work. I'm not gonna be able to get it this way. You know what? The cutting idea, not the worst in the world. I think I've had worse ideas. So here's what I'm gonna do, chat. I'm gonna resolder all these connections. Wait for the iron to heat up, sorry. We're gonna fix these solders that I undid, or unsuccessfully undid. Yeah, it looks like just these thicker pins. It's like a one-way transaction. There's no getting them out. Once you've soldered these puppies in place, they are permanent. Oh no. Oh, I almost stuck my finger right on the tip. That could have been bad. So here's what we're gonna do, chat. You have hot air station? I do have a hot air station. I do have a hot air station. Sanity sucks. It does suck. Oh, but this is gonna work because I have to... Even if I cut these loose and put new ones on, I don't have a way to solder them to the board or make the proper connections across. Ugh! I'm in between a rock and a hard place. Yeah, hot air station's about the only other thing I can think of. Also, welcome to the stream. Sanity sucks. I'm gonna. All right, so I just So here's what I think we're gonna do. I'm gonna hit these with the Haka one more time. Get that solder off that I just applied. I'm gonna try using a hot air station to lift this up and off. Then I'm just gonna put the brake. I'm just gonna go on break for a little while. 'Cause again, I got a hard stop in a couple minutes. But maybe we can hit it with a hot air station. But the hot air station might just cause everything to come off. The only solution is just rebuilding a new module. Which, I mean, I might just do. Man, I put so much work into it. It feels so bad to just give up. To give up on this thing. Alright, we got a couple minutes. Oh, actually, here, let's change this. No, actually, no, that's a good tip for this. See if I can get it to budge. Will you snooze that ad for me, please? Oh, good way to hold this. Even if the hot air gets the solder off, there's no way I'm like able to. Oh, there's the hot glue under there. Ow! 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 Maybe if I can just get one side to come up a little bit. All right, chat. I've been defeated once again by my own incompetence. Absolutely gutted. All right, I'm gonna raid y'all out of here. I'm gonna work on building a brand new module, and then we'll try again. Maybe tonight. Who knows? Who knows? We'll see. Let's throw up that end screen, shall we? Roll them beautiful credits. Thanks everyone for coming in. I appreciate it. Sorry this wasn't a success. We'll do better next time, I promise. Yeah, next time will be better. Next time will be better. All right. Yeah, big thanks to Yazkir. I hope I'm saying your name right. Thank you for the follow. And welcome to the collective. Yeah, also welcome in Sanity Sucks. Nice of you to drop by. Check out the channel. Slime, Wireball. Always good to talk to you. And yeah, big thanks to our awesome mod team. Wireball, Sparky, they're the best. Wireball, throw me a raid message while I find someone for us to raid, please. I wish you the best of success when you do. Aw, thank you, Wireball. That's very kind of you. Measure 3 times, solder once. There we go. Let's do it. All right. I'm going to switch us over to somebody. Oh, they've got a CRT on their desk. Heck yeah, this is Panicking Candy. That's who we're gonna raid. We're gonna raid Panicking Candy, who's interviewing somebody. I love it. All right, everybody. I hope you have a good night. If you see me randomly go live later, you'll know why. All right. Have a great evening. Toodaloo.